Would you take a look at those red and blue objects? They look so colorful, so beautiful, and so not destroyed. We'll have to fix that. Thank you, Obi-Wan. And we even got a few more studs out of that, so that's always nice. Unfortunately, this next chapter won't be. It is Chapter 5, Ruin of the Jedi. Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Chapter 5, Ruin of the Jedi. Palpatine has issued Order 66, turning the clone army against the Jedi. Across the galaxy, clones have gunned down their Jedi generals. Yoda and Obi-Wan Kenobi have survived and head for the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. They hope to find some answers to this shocking turn of events within the Jedi archives. Well, I can tell you, they are going to find some answers, and it's not going to be pretty. The temple is in ruins. The good news is that Yoda has survived, but there are no traces of any Jedi. Or are there? Could there in fact be a few survivors? Yoda doesn't think so. And they are not Jedi, they are a new enemy, disguised clones. Disguised clones, as their name suggests, are clones in disguise, but they still act like any other clone trooper. They'll often back away while shooting at you in order to keep their distance, but just pursue them and cut them down. Speaking of which, a mini kit piece, yay! I often find that that is a very easily missed mini kit piece, because I've seen several playthroughs of this game, and that particular mini kit piece always seems to get passed up during story mode. So I just thought I'd let you know and say, hey, you know, you can get that particular mini kit piece. All you need to do is a little more exploring. Oh, there's a lot of studs. As you can see, there are various bits of debris here, and if you use the Force on them, you can get some studs. Sometimes it's not a whole lot of studs, and sometimes it's quite a bit. I usually find that the smaller the piece of debris, the fewer studs that are generated. And it's not going to be much in the way of obtaining True Jedi status, but, you know, every little bit helps. Speaking of True Jedi, much like the last chapter, it's going to be very high, because this chapter is also quite long. Now, it's not nearly as long as the one on Kashyyyk was, thankfully. But this level is still quite big, so there are studs hidden everywhere. Do your best to try and collect all of them. Now, there are platforms hidden among the debris here, so you'll want to use the Force on them as well. And the problem with chasing studs that generate from debris is that... Whoa! Hold on to that thought. Let's go ahead and take care of these guys first. And for some reason, I'm having a hard time deflecting blaster bolts. Later on in the game, we'll find a power-up called Perfect Deflect. Oh! Well, that wasn't very sensible, now was it? If only there was a power-up to prevent you from dying from bottomless pits. Oh well, this is why we can't have nice things, as my dad always says. I wouldn't go out of your way to get all of the studs generated by the debris, and that's because you'll often find them bouncing all around and ultimately ending up in a bottomless pit. Now, there are platforms, but and there is a mini kit piece up there, but as you can see, we cannot jump high enough to get it. That seems to be a recurring theme among levels where you play as Jedi. You find this really, really high mini kit piece that you desperately want to obtain, but alas, it cannot be collected until you have a high jumper. And you would think Jedi would be high jumper, seeing as how they can use Force jump. Lego logic. I know, I know. Alright, now there should be one more group of debris somewhere. I think it's on the other side, and indeed it is. So let's quickly knock that out before we proceed. Ooh, that's a lot of studs right there. Try and go after any gold studs you might find because, well, the silver ones won't make as much of a difference. And the majority of your studs are going to come in the third and fourth area. So it's important to build up your meter enough so that you won't have to worry about obtaining True Jedi status later on. Alright, we've got a couple more pieces of debris to use the Force on. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. And as I said before, the gold studs take priority over the silver ones. Also, there are a lot of destructibles in this level, so be sure you search them out. We got a crosshair there, but no blaster characters. How upsetting. Because I think there's actually a mini-kit piece up there. Then again, maybe not. I don't see one. Alright, I think we're done here. So the next thing we want to do is we want to use the Force on both of these doors. Not only can we use the Force on them, but we can also break them and get a ton of studs from the destruction. Yes, it seems only logical that we want to cause even more ruin to the Jedi Temple after it was ravaged by the clone forces. Anywho, let's go ahead and enter to see what lies in wait for us. Oh man, this place is a wreck. But there's still more debris that we can collect some studs from. And a couple clone troopers, so we might as well deal with them first. Oh! There's another one. Ha ha ha! You are no match for the Force, even though you fought gallantly by our sides. Okay, you'll want to be careful that you don't accidentally jump off here, because that would not be helpful. Can this be destroyed? No, it can't. In fact, I think that might be shiny. I don't know if I've talked about this, but shiny objects can only be destroyed by thermal detonators, which are wielded by bounty hunters. We'll go into a little bit more into that once we play through the original trilogy. Only 2 more episodes of the prequels left. Just hold on for a minute, then we'll finally get to the good stuff. Although I shouldn't really knock the prequel trilogy in this game because there are some really fun chapters. Okie doke. Let's go ahead and collect some more studs, and we have this gigantic sphere or ball or whatever it is. But first, more studs generated by debris or shrapnel or any other word I could find in a thesaurus. So once we move this thing aside, oh! We've got some security bots there. And I believe that's the only time you encounter them, unless I'm wrong. I don't know. But one thing I do know is that that's a whole lot of studs for us to collect. I know it's so insensitive that we're thinking about money when the Jedi Order has fallen into ruin. Oh boy. Let's go ahead and take care of this dude. Thank you very much. This area can only be accessed by stormtroopers, so that's a no-go. I'm not sure if clones can use those stormtrooper panels. I think they can, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to try that later on during my off time. But let's go ahead and get some more studs. And can we use the Force on this? I don't know if we can. Uh-oh. The music changed because we're getting attacked. As you can probably guess, the clone troopers with the orange bands on their arm are commanders. So they require 2 shots. Much like this sphere requires 2 Jedi. Ooh, a blue stud! Our first one in the entire chapter. Alright, come on. It's a collect-a-thon here. Alright. So we've got 2 more things that can only be interacted with by Sith. Well, that's real fair. And that door opens, but we're not going to go through that. Instead, we're going to head downstairs to see what lies in wait for us. Now, there is a mini-kit piece off in the distance, right over there, but sadly, we have no way of obtaining it. I could probably jump over there, but it would cost me some studs, and I really don't want to do that right now. So instead, we're going to head in here where the Jedi Council resides. Not anymore, though. Oh, dear! Suffice to say, you guys are not suitable substitutes because the Force is not with you. Now, what we have to do here is we have to stack the chairs in a way that we can climb to the top, because waiting for us is a mini-kit piece, and that's always good. I think this should do it. There we go! That's the way to do things. Also, there are some studs in here, and we have a lovely view of Coruscant. We need to enjoy it while we can, because pretty soon the Empire is going to be coming for us. Alright, I think that's all we can do in this area, so now we're going to go through here and see what lies in store. And indeed, we are here in the Jedi Archives, where even more clones await us. Alright, I gotta get turned in the right direction. You can use the Force on clone troopers, but it won't kill them. It just stuns them. But even so, that can be pretty useful if you are surrounded by a large group. When they're not blasting you, of course. Oh dear, even more mooks. Alright, die, die. Get your head spun round, and die. Thank you very much. So here are some more studs, as well as a few objects that have to be interacted with by Sith. I'm just going to call them dark objects, since they are products of the dark side. And we're getting very close to obtaining True Jedi status. We're a little over halfway there. So I think we should be able to still make it. Let's go ahead and control Yoda for a bit, because he hasn't had any time to shine. And I just didn't realize that I only have 1 heart left. We'll have to fix that, thank you very much. Alright, so some more studs lying on the ground. Yeah, I apologize if this video isn't exciting, but I just want to make sure that I get True Jedi status so I don't have to do it over again. And I was hoping there was going to be some studs there, but no such luck. Oh, blue studs, 2 of them! Oh, that's rare. That's extremely rare. Now, fortunately, I don't think we have to deal with any more clone troopers in this area. So this section can be a little bit irritating. What you have to do is use the Force on the platforms, climb up, and use the Force on the second set. And you'll get a few studs, but you'll want to focus on getting up to the switch to pull it down and light up the path. And you need to do that to all of the paths in order to open the way forward. Alright, are there any studs here? Oh, there's one there. And there are a few more on this side of the room. And we're only at 25,000? Wow, I thought the True Jedi total was going to be much higher. Okay, so here we have another series of platforms. Let's just go ahead and collect the studs first. And yeah, we might as well go ahead and collect the studs that spawn from the platforms. Now, the platforms won't stay open for long, so you're going to have to be quick about making your way up there. Oh, that didn't last long. Oh, come on! Cut me some slack here, game. There we go. Now that wasn't so bad, was it? So there's another path lit up. And I just wonder if we can get that mini kit piece. Yes, we can. Most excellent. And I also wonder if these 4 platforms will generate studs. Ow! Epic fail. Let's go ahead and try that again. And it seems that the platforms at the top will stay open. Oh, I guess not. Well, I was on a wild goose chase, I guess. And how much are we doing for time? We're up to 18 minutes already. Okay, this episode is taking a little bit longer than I thought it was. But we are almost at the end. So that's something at least. Alright, some more studs from the platforms. I just gotta remember to focus on the gold ones. Because it's alright if you let a few silver studs slip by. Alright, let's go ahead and jump again. And summon these platforms. So we can hop onto the switch. And disable the barrier. And pull it down the switch to proceed. So I think that should do it for all of the paths on this side. Oh! Never mind, I thought we had to light up the other paths, but I guess not. However, we are still going to journey to the other side in order to collect some more studs. Because we are getting very, 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 very close to True Jedi status. I hope we can obtain it. Now, these sections are guarded by force fields, so nothing we can really do about them. Ooh, another blue stud. That's a very easily missed blue stud, so be sure you go ahead and collect it. And unfortunately, we can't quite jump high enough to get to that platform, which is incredibly frustrating. So we're going to have to move on. Alright, we are here in the final area of the chapter. This should be doable, provided we don't die. Die, 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 die! Thank you very much. Getting there. Getting very close. So there are a few studs littered around here. And, as long as we don't activate a certain switch, we'll be okay. Oh, this is going to be very, very close. I can tell. A few more studs. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, I don't know if we have enough. We might have just barely missed it, so I'm just going to go ahead and head back to see if there are any places that I missed. Let us journey and sally forth. I don't think we're going to get it. Oh, and we came so close. What a shame. I thought for sure we would have it, but I guess I just let too many studs vanish. Well, I think we better end the level. So in order to end the level, we're going to have to go back in this room, and we'll have to activate this wheel here. Oh! Can we obtain it? Can we obtain it? Can we obtain it? Oh, not quite. So very, very close. So Anakin has indeed turned to the dark side. How close we were to getting it? 95! 95%! Ugh! We missed it by just a hair. Oh well, I guess I'll have to obtain it off screen then. So we only get one gold brick, sadly. But at least we completed Chapter 5. So next time on Let's Play LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga, we are going to finish off Episode 3. See you guys next time.